Hello, everyone. Hello, world. Elaine, welcome. Adam, Baby Doe, welcome, everyone. That is it pronounced Tawny? B, Vicky, Bellis, Patty, Jade, Marina, Irish, welcome. Gladys, Dawson, Deborah, excuse me, Annie, Emily, Karen, Bonnie, Brooke, Patty, Miss Milky, the Clown One. Interesting name. Life is a Journey. Welcome. Mike, Jennifer, Geraldine, Donna. Oh boy, got a lot of you so far. No glasses or hat. Yeah, I've got my glasses over here. My hat. My 2-year-old son decided that Daddy's hat needed to look a little bit, special. So he smashed a strawberry on the inside of it, and then all over it. So I had to wash it. It's wet. I was really happy with his decoration though. It looked a lot better with strawberry on it. He thought so too. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't miss you. I haven't. I stopped reading them. Linda, Neva Marie, Clay, Connie, Grady, Deborah, Elisa, Vivian, Ivan, B, Geraldine, Republican Ash, Elaine, LaGracie Marie. Thank you for the super chat, Patricia. Appreciate it. So I don't know where everyone is coming from today, but I'm sick and tired of winter. Uh, so we had a couple days last week of the snow finally melting, a little bit warmer. Was able to get out and do things, but uh, old man winter is refusing to go away. We got another 4.5 inches of snow in the last 2 days. Yay! Jennifer, Shadow One Warrior, welcome. Emma, Patty, life is a journey. Let it go. You're sick of the winter. I hear you. I was actually happy. So it's Friday. I actually got out and got some of the. I my garage. I hadn't been able to open up the garage because I had a giant snow drift against it, and I tried to dig down, to actually get the drift away from the snow so I could actually use the garage door opener. But I got down to about 6 inches of snow, and then there was like an inch layer of just ice. And so I chipped away at that. Oh, thank you. Life is a journey for the super chat. Appreciate it. But I got the ice chipped away and finally was able to get the door open. I haven't been able to get my truck out of the garage because our driveway kind of slopes down a little bit. But the wind and snow had gathered up against it. I haven't seen a winter like this since I moved from Wisconsin to Washington State, where I live now. Donna Ramsey, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. Florence, no, I have not seen her disrespecting Shannon. I'm not surprised though. I have seen some of the content on the channel before. I'm not surprised at all. I had somebody who left me a comment the other day, um, and then again today for the third time, somebody said that I was dogging other channels and spreading gossip because last weekend in the super chat, and not in the super chat, but in the chat, I mentioned that there are people who are, ripping off my content. Sweet Dixie, welcome. Deborah, welcome. Angie Payne. Adam, John, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily in his shoes, but my entire reason for having this channel and doing the videos that I do is I try to tell the truth, from each side without picking a side, like saying, I'm on Team Shannon or I'm Team Chris Watts. All I do is report on the facts, and if the facts, I guess it could be perceived that they're one way or the other, but I just tell the story, and it's easy to do if you just tell the truth. Give the facts to people and let them decide, what is right or wrong. Karen, welcome. Glad you could make it. Thank you, Florence. Gypsy Spirit. Shout out to Pasco. Are you in Pasco, Gypsy? T Zhang, welcome. Bree, welcome. I I don't know, Bree, if he's going to. That would be something that he would have to actually decide if he wants to. So far, from what I understand, he avoided doing any kind of psychotherapy or anything where anybody would want to talk to him. I know the FBI is interested in talking to him about this case, so they can add it to their profile list. I did see that on. Trying to remember if it might have been 2020 or one of those news shows like that. It wasn't Inside Edition, but it was 2020 or 48 Hours or whatever. And one of the FBI agents has said that they're interested in interviewing him, but if he will, I don't know. Oh, you're Gypsy Spirit. You're originally from Pasco. Go Bulldogs. Linda, this is a Q&A. You ask your questions. I do this every Sunday. I answer questions, a follow up on videos that I put out to the previous week. And if you have questions or a suggestion for another case that you'd like me to look into, shout it out and I'll write it down and I'll look into it. That's what we do. We're just here. It's like a bunch of friends sitting around and having a conversation. How's Richland today? Snowing. It's snowing, Gypsy. cold, windy, snowing, miserable. That's how your hometown's doing today. How you pronounce your name? Walia? Is that how you pronounce it? Walia? Are you in Richland? You knowing blue? Does the blue color bother you? Yeah, change it. There's a green, red. Ah, red that blocks me out. Have I ever been to Camp Lejeune? Heck yeah. I was. We stopped. We were at Camp Lejeune before we shipped out. I went to basic in San Diego, MCRD San Diego. But we went from here to I want to say Fort Worth, Texas, and then from Fort Worth, Texas to Camp Lejeune, and then from Camp Lejeune, then we went to I can't remember. I know we had one other landing spot where we picked up more people and other things because that's what I was into at the time was transport. Did you receive the autopsy photos? Okay, I'll answer that here again. Those photos were leaked. Did not. They were never released from official channels from the coroner's office. They were leaked, and the DA made a mistake. And one of the I think it was a motion or something like that that he had posted on the actual Weld County District Court's third district court. It also had an attachment to it. If you took your mouse and you hovered over one of the words in like the first sentence, because it would be all in black, and then one word was in blue. If you held your mouse over it, it brought up that there was a PDF file attached to that, and in that file there were 4 photographs from the recovery, not the autopsy room, but the actual field itself. That was up for I think about 2 hours or something like that, and then they took it down. It's probably as soon as someone realized that it was up. But the rest of the photos were leaked out of the pathologist or coroner's office, and they are online. If you really want to see the macabre photos of it, I suggest going to the darker parts of the web where most people would never want to go. But it's out. They're out there, and I printed them off, and I destroyed them, and I destroyed the PDF file that they were attached to. All I wanted was the actual information that was in it, and in the video where I posted, how I described how Shanann was in her actual grave, with a yoga pose. They call it the baby or something like that. It's an actual yoga pose name, but I described the photograph instead of showing it because I didn't feel that there was any value to actually posting the photo itself. Besides, those who out there who um, are really into that. There are people who are really, who must see the actual evidence, otherwise they don't believe it. And I was pretty sure if I would have shared or posted them or put those photos in the video itself, that I would have been flagged by YouTube, and then YouTube would have taken down the video because there are certain rules that I must work within for this channel. So, and I'm sorry I have missed a lot of questions. I mean, while I've been sitting here gabbing away. No, if I missed it, I'm sorry. Luke Jason Hines, what do you think about the Black Knight satellite? I don't know what that is, sir. Claire from Dunham, England. You're doing a great. No, you know what? It went. Scroll back up and see if I can find it again. Oh, there you are. You're doing a great job keeping up us all updated while remaining respectful. Thank you. I appreciate that, Claire. Thank you very much. The winds are really bad there in Ontario. Yeah, it's probably getting the same storm that we are. Who knows? Gail, welcome. I don't know if I'm a smart businessman. I run my own business. I have for, let's see, I ran the first business for 17 years and I sold it. And then I started the business in the field that I'm in now, which I won't get into. I've been in this now 6 years, 7 years. So this is 2019 in April. Yeah, it'll be 7 years in a couple months. Hello, Kay. Bruce, welcome, Bruce. Glad you can make it today. I am looking into the Bruce MacArthur case about us. It's I have them on the list. I'm looking into it. Bonnie Armstrong, welcome. Sherry Genovese, is that how you pronounce it? NK, what is going on with her? Well, she was apparently in Vail, Colorado, just this past weekend, or past week. So not this weekend, like we're right now, but the previous week, she was in Vail, Colorado, with friends. He very well. The suicide rate for those who are family annihilators goes up sharply within the first year to 2 years. Life is a journey. I don't think Canada is necessarily easy on them. They just have different standards for. In a lot of ways, their standards are better, but I don't think that they're easy. They're not as restrictive. They're more on the rehabilitation than they are on the punishment side. They believe that everyone still has. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard from Zelda. I haven't seen her name pop up on any videos or. And those who said that they were friends with her, I contacted and sent messages out to them, but no one's responded back yet. So I don't know how Zelda is doing. I was kind of hoping that she would pop in here today. Sweet Dixie, you don't think he'll kill himself? No. Rehab, right? Uh, I must have missed something there, Bruce. Mary, Frederick, thank you and welcome. Welcome to the live chat. Black Eagle, welcome. I should explain this to everyone. since a couple of you have already asked, and it's already happening. So I now have 11 new moderators for the live chat and the coffee and murder and coffee, which I'm changing the name of because I have to. But I have 11 new moderators for those two, and along with I have 2 moderators that are just working the comment section on videos. And up until last weekend, I've never banned anybody from my channel or put them on hidden status. That's never happened. But now I'm going to. Even all the people who sent me death threats and wanted to find out where I lived so they could send a violent sexual predator to take care of my 2-year-old. All that after all that, I never banned anyone from my channel. I reported them to YouTube and Google, but last weekend I banned the first person. I've now banned 2 people from my channel from comment or to even find my video on YouTube. So when they do a search now from their computers, they won't even find my channel anymore. And here's you need to understand the outline here and why I'm doing this. I can't allow, and I shouldn't have to, and neither should anybody else who's in this chat right now, have to put up with anyone bullying, being mean towards them, or being disrespectful. We're adults. Let's act like it. I treat you with respect. Please treat each other with respect. You can disagree on a myriad of different things politically, what color the sky is, everything. But be respectful for each other, please. Yeah, Mary, it was pretty damn sick. All I did was make a video on Christopher Watts and explaining his background. My entire point was I made one about Shanann and her background. I made one about Christopher Watts and his background. And everyone who is diehard over here, who is basing their opinion on Shanann on only 35% of the evidence, have raised her up onto the pedestal, and they believe that nothing ever should be, questioning of her and her motives in life ever. She never made any mistakes. She's a saint. The video about Christopher Watts' background, they saw it as me victim blaming Shanann. And they went after me. They posted my address online, my phone number, the number to the security gate in our residential area, and they went bonkers. And I wasn't going to deal with it. See, I know how to use the mouse and I know how to use the internet. So I just reported them all to YouTube, and then I reported them to Google, and then I reported them to the Internet Crimes Division at my police department. Sweet Dixie, I see a lot of people have blocked on different channels, and they bully like, excuse me, like there's no other. So people are two-faced and they're truly bullies. Very true. Very true, Sweet Dixie. And I want to thank and welcome each and every one of the. I don't know if all 11 of them will be here today. I know that 5 or 6 of them are probably here. In my thing up here, I see that there are 3, 4 right now. There are 4 moderators who are here, but but I put up on the community forum. I post on there and I asked people if they wanted to be a moderator, and I got an overwhelming reply. An overwhelming. I think it was closer to 80%. I mean, not 80%, 80 different emails and communications and responses, way more than I needed. And I thank each and every one of them. Liking the new look. Thank you. Yeah, they're scary. But anybody who's a fanatic is scary. I don't understand how anybody could be, so one way. I mean, we only know 35 to 40% right in there of the actual evidence in this case. There is so much, and that we've never even read. We've never had a chance to receive it. The 1,960 pages that the DA released were picked and choose. He decided exactly what he wanted to release and what he didn't want to release. And a lot of there's like 209 pages of discoveries that are sealed that we're never going to see because they're permanently sealed, and the Bruchek family is fighting to make sure that those are never released. And then there are pages, from the defense and their discoveries that we've never seen a single piece of. That, excuse me. Yeah. Are you in a tent, 411? No, Martin Lincoln. I am not in a tent. I am in my studio here. Those big black things there, those are the studio lights, two of the six. And that gray thing there is the backdrop. There, I can change it. It's on blue right now. There, that's white, and the wall is blue, much better blue than it was before. I'm eventually going to turn this space into my son's bedroom, and then I'm going to move the entire studio again. Excuse me. Mm. Well, it's not hard being nice. You got to work at being nasty to people. At least for me, it's so much easier just to be nice to them. Janet Williams, welcome. You're in Arkansas, Bill Clayton country. Sue, I'll answer your question. The dark web, it's there are things on the dark web that you don't want to see. You don't ever want to be part of. You can buy everything on the dark web though. There are people who are openly trading, your credit card information that are selling them, that your data, it's out there. Everything from that to hacking groups to you name it. I mean, it's out there. Deborah, there is no excuse for murder ever. You are absolutely right. I can't understand how anybody could hurt their own child. Zelda, welcome, sweetheart. Hope you're feeling better. You get a chance, Zelda. You should watch. I'm sorry that I missed your message on last week's live stream about you weren't feeling well, and I made a video asking people to leave you a positive message, and there's the link. I just posted it to the video. You've had a very overwhelming success, in response. And I really do, sincerely apologize for missing your message. I was too busy. Last week's live stream went south pretty quick there for a while. Well, I'm glad that you got out of you sprung yourself out of the hospital. Francis Baca. The home is going up for auction in April. There are over 20 different equity firms and investment groups and brokers who have already signed up to bid on the home. That's all I know about it right now. Yeah, I went to your channel, Zelda. Well, when did you post that? Because I mean, maybe I'm a rarity, but a lot of people don't have links to how can you contact somebody. But I went there and I went to see how I could get in contact with you, but I must have missed it. Oh wow, scary. I'm glad you're here with us, sweetheart. I'm just Karen from Pittsburgh. Welcome. I'm glad Mo. I'm glad that you like him and his videos. Not my cup of tea, but hey, he seems to be doing all right over there on his channel. Wendy Johnson, it was a mistake. The court date on the 28th was not family court. Sorry. People make mistakes in life, and that was a mistake. You're more than happy to go to the Weld County District Court, Third District, and look up the case yourself. But I'm telling you, it was not in family court. It is a civil case for the homeowners association. I've looked into it. Yeah, Francis. It's probably the last time anyone saw her alive was that MO. He is exposing pedophiles on YTU. Is that supposed to be YouTube? Who is? Okay. Why? Gail Howard, why do people need moderators on their channels? Because there are people out there who just can't follow the rules. That's why. I wish I didn't, and I really do sincerely wish that there was no need for moderators ever. But these people will come here and they will do everything they can to be disruptive of the channel and then in the comment section of videos. And they do it because they get their kicks out of it. It's a game to them. If somebody reacts to the vile, disgusting things that they say, I have everything from you know people who will post video links to white power videos, racist other stereotyping video comments, all kinds of disgusting stuff like that. And then they start commenting and making fun of other people and stalking them and bullying them all over YouTube. They follow them. So I have to have moderators. Becca May Porter, hello from Oklahoma. Welcome. Patricia, what's my take on AD? I don't know what AD is. Attention disorder? I don't know. I'd have to. Can you spell that out for me? Because I don't know what AD is. AD is little shadow theory. Oh. What's my take on Armchair Detective's take on it? I think he's doing the best that he can, working from his perspective, and he. I don't know if when he made that video, he realized that he was looking at edited and altered video, and that's pretty much it. I don't think he understands exactly what he got into, or he may have, and he's done a lot of things like that in the past, and he will in the future to drum up viewership, I guess you could say, and to be relevant. A lot easier ways to do it, though. I have a question, please. Since there's a doorbell ankle from Watt's porch to the driveway, any footage of CW taking the family to his truck? No. If you actually watch the video of Shanann when she gets dropped off from her friend, the last known footage from the doorbell video of her, you can't see the driveway. And Chris parked all the way over. So if you're standing at the front of the house, he parked all the way over to the left. And that's what only reason why the neighbor's video is around is because that doorbell video actually picked him up because of the motion of him walking on the outside of the truck. If he would have stayed on the driver's side of the truck the whole time after he backed in the truck, it never would have even picked up that. There never would even be that. But the minute he walked on the passenger side of the truck, the motion caught the other camera and it started recording. But their camera doesn't even show the driveway. Well, it shows like the last foot of the driveway and then the curb and where Christopher Watts parks his truck. I hope that answers your question. But there is nothing that would show that. And they had nothing in the garage, nothing on the doors, nothing above the doors. I've seen a lot of speculation, and another channel actually said that there was known footage of they showed Frank Ruszczyk, Shannon's father. He is. But then again, most criminals are not the brightest individuals, Janet. Wendy Johnson. I was going to say you're classy. The way that you spoke about the armchair detective, but you keep going. He did not know he redacted his findings. Okay. Still doesn't mean I'm not classy. I answered the question honestly. Should I lie? No, I'm serious. I answered the question, and that's it. And I left it, and I moved on. And I'm sorry that you don't like my answer. Hey, CC, I see you there. It went zooming by, but I see you. Do you think he will ever tell what really happened? CC, if he does, sweetheart, if he ever does tell his what really happened, I don't know if anybody will ever believe him because I mean he's a pathological liar already, and how are we really to believe what he says? And that's my perspective on the entire thing. If he in, I also had somebody ask me the other day that's on along the same lines. Hold on a second. Okay, that was Karen 3232 asked me on Twitter if Christopher Watts writes a book, can he profit from it, or can his parents profit from it? Christopher Watts, underneath the federal law, the Son of Sam law, as it's nicknamed, he can't profit from his crimes at all ever. And when it comes to his parents, if he writes the book and then they publish it, yeah, they can profit from it. But everybody he owes money to is going to turn right around and go after them. So why would they want to do that? Thank you, Rebecca. Alicini? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Liz Graham from Scotland. Welcome. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. It's been a fun ride so far. We just turned what 10,000 subscribers overnight. And I know I went to bed last night. I had 98, 9,900, something like that. And I woke up this morning, and when I logged on, um, there was like 10,100. So I'm surprised that any more than 10 people follow. And are we getting snow my way? It is snowing right now. No joke. And it is coming down, and it's coming down good. Yep, Beth, 10,000 subscribers in just under 8 months, or right around 8 months. I've been making videos now for about 8 months. I know that they're not the highest quality and the editing sucks. I wish somebody would have pointed out that the video that I released yesterday on Christopher Watts, the first part of it has my thank you to my Patreon supporters instead of it actually saying the video is about Christopher Watts. The Christopher Watts part is at the end, and the Patreon supporters' names are at the beginning. But nobody pointed it out. But I this is not what I do for a living. Trust me, I'm much better at that. Thank you, Cece. I'm going to drag you along with me in this ride. I hope you're aware of that. Because everybody that comes to my channel, and every chance I get, I tell them about your channel. Because I like the way you do your videos and the way that you're streaming in the morning. I like that. I really do. And you wear your heart and your soul on your what they call it, sleeve. I guess it would be the best way to put it. And that's real. You're not fake. And that's something we need more of on YouTube. People who are real and are here because they get an enjoyment out of making the content, and not because they want to become the next YouTube star. Crystal Beaver, Crystal Beaver sub. I like saying that. She is. If y'all haven't checked her out yet, go into the search bar at the top and type in CC's Life. Go check her out. Check out her videos. Beth Ellie, love your channel. Zaz Girl is my favorite channel. You know, I'm not aware of that channel, but I'm going to write it down. I've got time later today. Well, thank you for the super chat, Francis and Liz Graham from Scotland. Thank you very much, both of you, for the super chat. Zaz Girl. I'm going to check that out. Obviously, I can't do what I was going to do later today, which was I was going to, go out and work on it. I've got a tree limb that fell off the tree and in the front of my house. It's laying on the actual roof. I was going to pull it off, but I'm not doing that in the middle of a whiteout snowstorm right now. Lorraine Cecil Benoit. I'm going to check it out, even though if it's painful, I don't have to subscribe, but I give everybody a fair shake, a fair chance. You get one chance to impress me or to tell me about your content, and if it's hateful, I'm gone. Hi, Ruth. Welcome. Christina. Welcome. Midnight Black. Hello. Welcome, Midnight Black. Glad you all could be here today. David. Hello, sir. Glad you could make it today, David. Stormy Summer, welcome. All right. Can I tell you more about the rake? Where did it come from? Didn't see him pack it. I don't know. I wish I could answer more about the rake. All I can tell you is what the detective's notes said was that there was a rake, the head of the rake, the tines part, and it was stuck in the ground, and it was near where he actually buried Shannon's body. Was he marking it so he could come back later and then he had plans to dig her up and do something else with her? I don't know. Was it a makeshift like headstone, for her? But it was something that definitely caught the attention of the detectives when they pulled in and they started walking around the outer area, and then they saw the tire tracks go in. Elisa, welcome. Better late than never. Tammy Frazier, welcome. You pronounce that Jemmy? 76? Welcome. Lisa Smith, welcome. Janet Williams. I'm not sure what was removed. Um, no, I don't think he was going to start a fire there. That would have been the most ridiculous thing that he could have done. Now, you have to keep in mind that the two tanks in this farm and the equipment that was there, they had one, not one for the company he worked for, but they had another one that blew up previous this past year and sent, I think, 3 men to the hospital with very serious ailments. And that was one of the reasons why they had to keep on checking these because they had put new monitors on for natural gas on these tanks. And starting the fire there, or if he was going to try to burn her or do anything like that, it would have been the most ridiculous thing he could have done. I mean, he was already dumb. We already know that from what he did. But a fire would have attracted attention from miles. Virtual Asylum. There's a YouTuber who said he was planning on blowing up the whole site. That is very ridiculous. You're right. Daniel Witcher. All right. Where to go? Wiltshire. Daniel Wiltshire. That takes the biscuit. Annette Chris Christomoto? Christomoto? From the UK. Welcome. Helen Johns. Yeah. Well, I'm very sick of the case. I mean, I'm not going to stop doing the updates on it as things change and come available. And oh, Adriana 411. Hi, Will. Do you know the Jamie Kloss motive? No, I do not know the motive behind that, sweetheart. I'm really sorry. Uh, he, from what I read in the actual transcript that was released from the sheriff's department, he said that he decided that he was going to take her from the first day he saw her get off that school bus. He had no. He's I don't know. It would be speculation if I guessed on what his motive was. I feel so sorry for her. At her age, losing both of her parents in such a traumatic way like that, and then having the captor take you, stuff you in and take you away, and then hide you underneath a bed. I don't know. I don't know if I could mentally come back from something like that if it ever happened to me. None, yeah. Frankie Jr. said he saw a video of Chris Watts hauling out the bodies and Shannon's shoulder was exposed. I don't know about that. I mean, I know that I've read some things online about that there was a possible video that Senior and had been had watched. I don't know. Gail Howard. Everyone knows Jessica Chambers. Off topic. Okay. Annette, thank you for watching my videos. Marie, welcome. Didn't see your name before. I'm sorry if you had commented before and I missed it. Sue Reeves. Yeah. Christina. Daniel Whitshire, good some Scottish irony too. I see you often on ads. Oh, Donna Marie, why does Chris Watt get special treatment and protection, such as having his DOC number and location hidden, when other killers who are more notorious don't? It's a good question, Donna, and thank you for the super chat. I do not know what's going on with him, but they have completely eliminated him from the inmate database, so people can find out how to contact him to write him. And I really do think it's because this has been such a high profile case. He has been getting so much mail that they cannot keep up with the mail and the constant calls and being bothered over this. Does he get? I don't know if he gets special treatment necessarily, but he is in protective custody. He is in a protective custody unit along with other people that have done other crimes where they need to. Either they were gang affiliated and then they left the gang, so now they can't be in general public population, because if they were in general population, the gangs there would kill them for leaving. And he's in there also with, there's a couple of people who have gone through or have partial sex change operations. Now, I had mentioned that they were transgender, and I am sorry for making that comment. That because apparently by saying that, I offended some people, and I did not mean it to be offensive in any way. That comment came directly from my ignorance on the subject matter, and for that I'm sorry. But there are people in there from all different reasons why they need protective custody. Sweet Dixie, is he being treated for mental illness? From what I know and what I've been able to find, I haven't been able to find anything that says that he is or he isn't. Now, if he is getting he's on some kind of medication or something like that, I wouldn't know, because that would violate HIPAA for them to be able to release the information that he is currently receiving medical care in that capacity. Nunya, thank you for the super chat. You appreciate the effort and the time that I put into these cases. Thank you. Yeah. Not if you're surprised why you got timed out, it's because of comments like that. Mo, we live in a clown world. You're absolutely right. In a lot of aspects, we do live in a clown world. The internet has made some things a lot easier and a lot better, but in other aspects, we've completely lost touch with what is real and what is important out there. Virtual Asylum, I don't think that he let her run the the interview, not an interrogation, but that she came in on her own accord. She didn't have to. She and she was free to leave at any time. Her father did try to intimidate the detectives, but they weren't intimidated by him. They've dealt with much worse people than him. But yeah, I don't think that she may have tried to change things and persuade the conversation in one direction, but they had a list of questions that they wanted to ask, and they stuck to it. And several times when she was trying to change the subject and go off into another direction, they moved her back towards what they really wanted to know. Pizza Kitty, welcome. Yeah. Um, I know of no video that actually shows him loading them into the truck at all. If there is one out there, I haven't come across it yet, and I've seen a lot of video and a lot of footage that hasn't been released to the general public necessarily. The complete un So when videos are released through news sources, they edit them down to a very narrow window, like time frame wise, because they're broadcasting them during a news story on the evening news or putting them on their website. They're not putting out the complete unedited. So you don't want to watch an hour of what they deem boring content. They cut it down to just the most important part. And I've watched several videos that are complete length videos that are the unedited. I've never seen the unedited version of the neighbor's video. And lovely lipstick, I do see you there. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it today. Now I'm going to actually try to read your comment because it went by already for me. There you are. Tam Tam, I won't shed a tear if they do. She asked, who cares if somebody kills him in prison? And my answer to that is, I won't shed a tear. I think whatever happens to him, he deserves. No, I don't see lovely lipstick. I don't see any evidence either of criminality on her behalf in this case. She may have been more involved in the conversations that she had with him that led up to it, but she certainly didn't aid him in any way that I can see legally, where she should be prosecuted. And having an affair with a married man is not against the law there in the state of Colorado. There are some blue laws in several states then where she could have technically be, charged. No, Oz. No, he never said what actually happened. Hazel Turner, welcome. Conscious Truth, welcome. And she's 2K a month. 2K a month. Who? What? I have no idea what that is. From reply to AA. When do I think he actually planned it? I don't think he did. If he had actually planned it, he would have thought out a heck of a lot better method and disposal. Unfortunately, but I think it was spur of the moment, and he didn't think it through. And I don't. Nor do I think that he planned. Ooh, Zelda. I see more makes, and the rest of it doesn't make sense, sweetheart. Blood donors. Were you trying to post a link there, Zelda? I'm sorry, it didn't work. Oh, are you doing a shout out? You need blood donors, like matching, Zelda? If so, let me know, and we can post a link on this video and I'll pin it to the top of the video. Allison Rogers, do I think he ever loved his children? God, I hope he did. But then again, Allison, why would he hurt them? Why would he take their lives? That I as a father myself, I can't understand how anybody can do that. How can you do that to? Sorry, I don't mean to come in on the camera like that. What? The Thrive program might have messed up Chris Watts' judgment. I don't know. I wish I could answer that for you. I know what the formula that they for their protein shakes and meal replacement shakes and their diet shake, they stole that entire formula from another company, and they're currently in litigation over that. When it comes to Lisa, um, I don't know if he hated them, but see, Christopher Watts had spoken a lot to his mistress, Nicole, and he had mentioned things to Alex, his coworker, about wanting to hit that reset button in life and go back and start over. Now, along with that, he there are several other gentlemen who ended up annihilating their families who all desired and wanted to do the same thing. And they killed their families and they got rid of them because they couldn't hit that reset button in life with the family around. Even if they divorced them, that they would still be around somewhere. They would be slowing them down, holding them back. And I don't know how that mentally, you get to that point to say, well, you know what, I have to kill my entire family. I think that he loved them, but because of the alternative is too scary for me to ever think of. That he never loved, Shannon, and he never loved the kids, and that would make him what a sociopath, right, or a psychopath. I have to look at the definition of either one of those, but one of them has is it no? A psychopath has no ability to feel. That would be him. If he didn't love them, he would be a psychopath. Tammy, thank you. Tammy says, "I love your channel." Thank you, Tammy. Um, Victoria, that is the entire way that they get you. You sign up, and then you got to go out there and find 15, 20, 50, a million people to sign up underneath you so that income stream comes back up to you. Just like the person who signs you up, they have to, get everybody below them to work their butts off to, yeah, it's a scam. An MLM is a scam. It the definition of an MLM and a pyramid scheme are exactly the same. You would be, Wendy. They'll never get into Wendy Johnson. He'll never be placed in general population. He will eventually get to a less restrictive protective custody unit, but they'll never put him in general population because they might as well just put him in, the electric chair and kill him. Because if he gets the general population, he's a dead man. he's a well, he's a walking dead man now. He needs to watch out for not only the his fellow inmates, but the guards and everybody that he has any kind of contact with. Denise, you had Thrive Shake that you got from eBay. I don't know if I'd ever do any of that. The Thrive Shakes or any of those other meal replacement shakes. Queen of the Dead Bodies. I do too. I'm into agreement there, but I do think he killed the girls first, and then her last. I do think that is the order, but I can't prove it because there isn't anything that actually says, look, this is the order that he actually did it in. Oh, Zelda, Zelda's right. It's scary to buy take anything off of eBay. It could be outdated. Yeah, they had a special report on one of those shows like 48 Hours, something like that, about people who were buying printer ink, and then they would erase the dates off of the printer ink and then sell it on eBay as new ink. But after stores had already thrown it out because it was outdated. So then they started looking into dog food and cat food that was being sold on eBay, and a lot of that was a year, 2 years outdated, and people were buying it, feeding it to their pets, and their pets were getting sick. I wouldn't buy any food off of eBay. I have a problem ordering anything that's edible off of Amazon, and I know Amazon. Rebecca, he waited for her to fall asleep, then he killed her. I think he blitzed her as she was getting ready to go to bed. I don't think she was actually in bed yet. He blitzed her from behind. But that's just I can't prove that. But I do believe that I think that's what he did was he got her from behind, threw his arm around her neck, and choked her out that way. Angie Payne, thank you for stopping by. You have a great day, and I hope the rest of your week is filled with love and joy. And I appreciate you stopping by today. The We'll back up here. Is that Dana Peterson? Are you sure that that's where they found her Apple Watch was in between the cushions? That's where her cell phone was found. But was her Apple Watch there? Because there is a video of them doing their walkthrough, and they showed a picture of her. I know it's the charging stand, but I thought the Apple Watch was on there. but I could be wrong about that. But I know her. Yeah, her cell phone was definitely found upstairs. Excuse me. Hmm. Yeah, but Tammy Frazier, it hold in the back. It's not because of child support; it's emotional. I've read a lot about Christian Longo, and Christian Longo. One of the reasons why he killed his entire family was because he wanted to eliminate them because he felt that they were holding him back emotionally and from being able to grow as the person he really desired to be. He wanted to relive his life from his early 20s on. And he wasn't that much older than that, but when he did this, but he wanted to live his life at that age, start over from there, and move forward without the pressure of and the emotional drain that he saw as his family. I see three loco look like a homeless ad. What does? I don't know. Actually, Nicole Nicole Atkins should be person of the year. I don't know about person of the year, but she definitely deserves more recognition and thanks than she's gotten to this point. Jeanette Williams said Nicole Atkins should be Times Person of the Year, but she definitely deserves to be recognized and thanked a lot more for what she did. That's how far back I am. I know these things are just zooming by here, but I'm that's why I'm spacing out. It looks like I'm spacing out here. I'm trying to read and keep up with everything, but sometimes it just goes zooming by. Oh, Stromy B from South Africa, welcome. Did I see what, Tammy? Tammy Frazier said, "LOL, did you see that, Will?" I don't know what I missed. I'm still trying to, find some way to catch up here. DH Fremont, I didn't answer the question. Is Kessinger having a baby? If she is pregnant, it's not from Christopher Watts. I can't. Jeanette Williams, I have it on the lowest setting right now. I'm sorry. I wish I could slow it down. Trust me, these things are just zoom on by me and I can't catch up with them. It's like I'm trying to just keep up with the super chats. They go by and I'm like, oh darn it, and I have to scroll down to find them. Will you ever do research on R. Kelly? You want me to do research on R. Kelly, the musician? Why? What did R. Kelly do now? Did Chris Google 80 milligrams of oxycodone? Elaine, I don't know. I don't know why he would. There has been a lot of accusations of that he has or had been abusing opioids, but I haven't been able to confirm that with anyone or why he would have ever gotten cotton or oxycodone. But it has been speculated now, and this thing about the oxycodone and oxycontin goes all the way back to when he was first arrested and the behavior that he had during the actual interview. They said it looked like his eyes were dilated or something, and he looked like he was under the influence of a narcotic at that time. So, and these rumors have been around since then. I have it on there's three modes. There's normal, there's the medium, and there's the lowest. I have it on the lowest right now. I can't slow this down any more than it already is. I'm sorry. I really wish I could slow it down, but I have it on the lowest setting the way right now. And I just checked, a couple of minutes ago. Just the sheer fact that I maybe YouTube is the settings not working today. I don't know, but I have the little box checked for to have it on the slowest setting, and I know it's bothersome to everybody in the comment section, but I'm trying to read this and answer your questions, so it's really hard for me to try to keep up with it. Yeah, Jeanette Williams, I know that she had a medical reason for having them, but why was Christopher Watts? How did he get them? And was he just stealing her medication? I mean, he very well could have been. I mean, if he had access to them, he could have been taking them that way. Huh? Corey Hartman, thank you. Now, the only benefit I get now of and everyone's going to see this is now at 10,000 subscribers. Once YouTube actually recognizes that there's 10,000 there, I'll get the what's called a merchandise shelf underneath my video. So you'll be watching the video, and then underneath that there'll be a merchandise shelf. So thank you, Avril, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. But there would be a merchandise shelf underneath you'll see them you've seen them all on other channels, but you'll be able to actually see the items that are in the fan store instead of having to go to the fan store itself. They'll be right there, and you can actually purchase the items while you're still on YouTube from your computer, right there on the same screen without having to leave. So that's about the only thing that changes. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. Little Brian Leducci Thrive, and it went bye bye. Thrive makes you lose weight and kill your family. I don't know if it is, but I get the humor in that. But I don't know. I've never tried to lose weight, but and I'm pretty sure it doesn't make you kill your family. That's the sick, twisted individual who did that. Conscientious truth. Welcome. Didn't see you earlier today, and if you did post, I haven't seen it. Tori Hartman, Tammy Frazier, you're 45 days on Thrive. Hope it's working out for you. I don't know what you're paying for that, but there's the company that came up with the original formula for the Thrive shakes is a very well-known company, and they're in litigation with them over that. I don't know what they charge for that, and I don't really want to know. Sorry, Cece. I looked into it, to see if there's any kind of stimulants or anything in there, and I can't confirm that there is. The Pizza Kitty, someone is dealing Thrive. The Golden State Killer, Joseph D'Angelo. I Bellis, I have not looked into the Golden State Killer, or Joseph D'Angelo. There's not much I can really say about that. I mean, I can look into it. I can investigate it and see if there's anything of interest that I think that I'm pretty sure that the viewers of my channel and my content would love to see it, but I just haven't researched it. Maya Harris, Mark Robertson. Yes, I always thought it was weird that Chris took pics of the temperature on the fridge. He did some strange things, didn't he? D. Thank you for the super chat. Amanda Madison, Chris Watts will be judged by God soon. In the end, God will be the one who passes judgment upon him. And if that's just my belief. If you, I don't care what your religion is or your background or anything else. If you worship the flying spaghetti monster, which is, I mentioned that before, is a federally licensed and recognized church. They call themselves Pastafarians. Maya Harris, yes, he received a Bible. I believe it was the 20th of January, and he did not come to the Dodge Correction Center with a Bible. He may have left it behind. He didn't have one in his inventory until the 20th, and he does have one now. And likewise with and on his inventory sheet coming into the Dodge Correction Center, it does not say that he has photos of his family, but it does note that he did have personal effects, but it doesn't say what those personal effects are. I guess it would all come down to the guard who's actually doing the paperwork, what personal effects are. Could have been photos, but whatever it is, it was allowed. If y'all have any time, yeah, you should look up the reason why they're a federally licensed church, licensed and recognized church. Pastafarians. Oh, I do. Oh, Daniel. Daniele Marcesco. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name wrong. I don't know. I might get to 100,000 subscribers. Who knows? Maybe a year from now. Maybe never. It's kind of funny though. Is these live streams? So a week after each and every live stream that I do on Sunday, I look at the metrics, who joined, how many people were here, and along with I make a list of all those who gave me super chat money because I thank them in the following video. And at the end of the video, you'll see like a list of names of people that are have supported this channel. But I on an average basis, though, I lose between 10 and 12 subscribers after every single one of these live streams, and it has since the very first one. But then again, I'm gaining, on the other end of it. I just don't understand why the live streams chase people away. It's me. Welcome, Cubs fan. Who has her time of death, and what are we talking about here? I missed something. No, I missed the rest of that. Sorry. I'm trying to. It's the liars, the people who lie and make videos on YouTube and on the internet is the reason why I have my channel. You can thank all those people out there who lie. Tori Hartman. The reason why I tell the truth and I try to put out the most documented and verified truth in my videos is because I got tired of the BS. I was trying to research something that it was of interest to me, and all I could find were videos on YouTube that were complete lies. And these people had 200,000, 100,000 subscribers, and everything in their video was a lie. And I said, well, wonder what would happen if I made a video and I told the truth. Well, I know what exactly would happen. Very few people watched it. They want to believe in the sensationalization of a topic, or in the case that I was researching, and that's the way it is. If I sensationalized these videos and subjects that I report on, I'm sure that I probably have a lot more subscribers than I do now. But I mean, at 10,000 subscribers, I'm happy. I'm happy at 10 subscribers. But I couldn't live with myself knowing that that's what I was doing. Susan Elder, is it true the video of Shannon coming home is fake? No, nope. That is 100% real. Of her friend dropping her off and her wheeling her luggage up to the house. That's an absolutely real video. Don't worry, I got rid of him. I saw that Tammy Frazier, and this is why I need moderators. And this is why I got tried telling people before, earlier. This is why I have to have moderators is because of stuff like that. And this is why I have to do it. Oh, he's gone. He's been blocked. I already reported him to. I've got it set up now. So while I'm doing this, I have a tab open and I just clicked. I not only reported him to YouTube, I reported him to Google. That's hate speech, and there's no need for that ever on my channel. Thank you for the super chat, Wailia. I don't, I know we live in a divided world, and the media as a whole, as is there right now, they're trying to divide us, and a lot of when it comes to politics, people are very divided, and instead of us ever finding common similarities and things that we like and we can agree on, we say, no, look, we have to butt heads and we have to fight it out. But stuff like what he posted there was uncalled for. But understand that these people, they make these bogus accounts. And if I have to block 10,000 of them, one for every day of for every subscriber, I'll do it. I'll happily do it. I tried to go as long as I could, without having to block or ban anybody, but that day is come and gone. Now I'm going to have to do it. The media is Satan. In a lot of aspects, it is. There's very little media outlets that are out there that people are actually going to tell you the actual story without it being slanted. Greetings from the UK, Flyboy C. Welcome. What is 411 something to do with weed? No, no. You want to know where I get the 411 now name from? Okay. So when I was in college, I used to sell items like record albums to other college students. And I lived on the fourth floor, room 11, in the dormitory. And I would always put like big block letters at the top of it, now for sale. And then I would list the items and this bulletin board. We didn't have the internet, and the internet was around, but nobody had it like today. So then I would put these, posters up on actual, bulletin boards and sell items that way, record albums, concert tickets, and alike. And that's where the name came from. And in some one fashion or another, I have always used this name. And when for all you vinyl heads out there, people who collect record albums, I started selling record albums online on Gem and on Music Stack. Those are two websites that people buy and sell record albums, and I was music 411 on there, and I did that for about 6, 7 years, along with eBay and Craigslist and everything else. So that's where it comes from. It's not a weed reference. It does. Um, the 411 for information services was just now launching right around the time that I came up with it, and I guess it kind of fits with the YouTube channel and the content that I'm doing now, doesn't it? You used to be a 411 operator, Florence. What? What? No more plunder? I don't understand. I don't know who he is. I get a lot of people who keep on saying that I'm putting out my content because I've joined up with Plunder. I don't like him. I don't like his content. I don't know why anybody thinks that I would ever do that. Obviously, you don't know who I am. You haven't watched any of these live streams or my videos. Not surprised. That Plunder would be against her. Whoa, what happened there? Berlin, Sonny Grant. You have a friend who lives in Berlin. Tell you an interesting side story about my life. So I was living in Tacoma, Washington. If anybody is familiar with the area, and I went to Stadium High School there. Now, Stadium High School used to be a castle that was built overlooking the Sound, and then it was converted into a boarding school, and then eventually it became a high school. Not yada yada yada. It doesn't really matter to the story. But when I was going to high school there, I met a gentleman who was a foreign exchange student from Germany. And one day I was there, in class, and he wore a sweater that kind of looked like, like the button-up cardigans, like Mister Rogers, from the TV show would wear, but it was like a light green cardigan. And I happened to make a comment about it one day, and I said, "I really like that," and he said, "Thank you." The next day, when I went to school, this kid showed up with a small cardboard box, but there were four exact copies of the sweater in there, but in different shades of green. He went out and bought them for me and said, "Since you like them, here, this is what I do." And I'm like, "Why would you do that to me? Put me in such an awkward situation." But you know, became really good friends with him. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2000. But Hans was is one of those rare gems in this world that when you meet him, you hold on to it in your heart for the rest of your life when you meet people like that. Conscientious truth that you go had to go. Uh, uh, RoboCop, great movie by the way. No, he's not in general population. He'll never be placed in general population. He'd be a dead man in general population. They got to keep him in protective custody the rest of his life. Lois, how do I get all the information details? I research. I've met a lot of people in my life, a lot of contacts, and that I can reach out to for information. And I also I talk to people. and I get informants, and then I verify that they are actual real informants within a story or place or subject, that I'm researching or talking about, and I keep their names confidential, and I never will give up my source or where they work or what they do. So that's how I get the details on the stories that I do. Did I ever wear the sweaters? Yes, I did. I wore them until all the buttons fell off them, and they had holes in them. They came apart. I wore them. I did. That was it was just style, I guess, at the time, and I really enjoyed them. You can't bring anything like that in. No, Sonny Grant. No, I don't. No, it's been quite a few years since I was in high school. To say that, I don't think he was going to burn her. Yeah, but, and Washington, we got a lot of serial killers, and we've had our share here, haven't we? Juliet Dale Johnson, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Uh, his fantasy. I have to go make dinner. Thank you very much for joining us today. His fantasy. You stay safe out there. Yeah, well, I got about another 10 minutes left or so, approximately. We're gonna cut this done here at 2 hours. Yeah, Daniel. I, I'm in the same boat. I believe the same thing. I don't think he would have started a fire or anything, especially in light of all the safety issues that these tanks in this area have had in the last year. One blowing up and sending three guys to the hospital serious with serious injury. One guy was actually put into a coma. I don't know if he ever made it or not. I hope he did. But and then they had other ones that where there were defects in manufacturing, where they had to go out and spend millions of dollars to buy these new recording units because the state was breathing down every one of these companies, and OSHA and everybody was just like, you got to get this problem fixed. You have to have these monitors working correctly. Start a fire out there, that would have let off like bells, because you could see the smoke from miles away, and if anybody saw it, they would have come rushing over to where the smoke was coming from, and voila, here's a guy burning his dead wife. I don't think he would have been that stupid. But then again, we already know he isn't that bright of an individual. She was in the ground. She was just very shallow. It was a shallow grave. He dug one portion of it to get her knees and her body down in, and then her upper body was bent over this way with one arm stretched out in kind of a yoga pose. And there was only like a light amount of dirt over the top of her, small amount. To actually have her into the ground, and wild animals. most likely coyotes that have been digging at the grave. Lisa Smith, please provide your comment on Watt's families behind some YT channels. Um, I'm trying to think, Lisa. A nice way to put it. It's really easy to make a video when you don't actually have to worry about being called out on your BS. And a lot of these channels, they could care less what their viewers actually think about them or their content because they're here, they're making money off you, and then they're gone. And others will stick around forever and continue to make the same BS content, but never care about a single one of their subscribers. I do. That's the difference between them and me. I care about each and every one of the people who are a subscriber to my channel and the content that I put out. But it's easy to make things up. It's hard to do the research and do the right thing. Zelda, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Why do I think he took the Wendy Johnson? The reason why he took that gas can with him to the site is they have a backup generator that is there for the pump, and it runs off of gasoline. That was something he did every single week. He had to take the gas can, his tools, and he supposedly the reason why he took all his tools and stuff out and put them in the garage each week is because he said that he had some tools that were stolen from his truck from before. But I haven't been able to find that police report that says that he actually reported that there were tools stolen from his truck. Might be out there. I just haven't been able to find it yet with the Frederick Police Department. Have I seen the video of that Christopher Watts did in 2012 on his YouTube channel? No, wasn't aware that he had a YouTube channel. Now, I mean, I know I have there are 34 people who've commented on my live streams and videos who say that they are Christopher Watts. 34. One guy actually went as far as using a photograph of Christopher Watts as his profile picture, and he actually is the only one. I think he used Christopher Watts number 6 or 7, but he actually got the birth date and the personal information correct. Well, I got about 5 more minutes, and then I have to get going. Um, I can't really comment on that more than to say that yeah, it is a possibility that he did want to know what the neighbors knew, but even after the neighbors showed him and the police officer the footage, yeah, he knew he was cooked right then and there. What someone actually pretending to be this monster? Oh, Lisa Smith everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. I have seen it everywhere. There are fake Christopher Watts and Shanann profiles popping up like there's no tomorrow. There's even one Twitter account that is recognized as the official Twitter account of Christopher Watts. It says official in blue right next to it. But yeah, thank you, Jeanette Williams. Yeah. True Helper, thank you for another good video. Keep channel honest by doing what you do. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, True Helper. No, I'm not ignoring your questions. It's hard to keep up with them. They're going by so quickly. I'm sorry. Thank you, Angie. Tammy, I will look into that later. I will search that out. But Candy Candy Shack is a wife of a former federal agent. Thank you. I want to say thank you to your husband for his service. Becca, you saw Ringo? My mother-in-law. She has a the White Album of the Beatles, and she every single one of the members signed it. She won some contest through a radio station to go see them in concert, and then she got a free autographed copy of the White Album. Now, in her defense, though, she never actually saw them sign it. It was it was part of the gifting through the record album. They gave them the record album backstage when so here she is meeting the Beatles, and then they handed her the White Album. So I mean, if it was fake, it would have been pretty easy to figure out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to have to wrap this up here and call it a day. So I do appreciate each and every one of you coming by today for this live stream, and I hope each and every one of you has a safe and happy the rest of your weekend today, and the rest of the week as well. Stay safe out there and warm. I'm going to have to go shovel snow because the weather hates me. But again, you all stay safe out there.